Hi everybody, Nancy here. Today I'm going to show you how to use masking and transparency to play paper dolls. The fact that I even know what a paper doll is shows you how old I am. All right, but I got bored coloring. You know, a week ago I showed you a plan of what I was going to do the rest of the month, and I did one coloring image per day. And it took me 3 extra days to do it. That shows you how much I am good at to follow through on my to-do list. That's why I don't create to-do lists, because I don't do them and then they become a condemnation list, guilt and condemnation. And anyway, I'm really not showing a whole lot that you haven't seen already in different videos. A couple of things I'm going to show you is different, but mainly I'm just trying to kill time until Ed keeps teasing us with what's coming. And where is it? You know, I got my hand on my hip. I'm ready for the new release, and that's the advantage to testing. I miss testing, but anyway, testing you get to see it early, and I don't do that anymore, and I can't stand it. But anyway, I digress. It's Friday, and it's not going to come out until at least Monday, and I hate that. Sunday or Monday. Anyway, all right. It might not come out for another 3 weeks. Who knows? Makes me crazy. All right. I digress. I'm going to show you how I created the last days with the masking, and then just show you the other days just to show you what I did with those. I did a couple of things that are a little bit different, but let me go to this one. And the reason I'm going to show you guys why I did the masking as opposed to the fill tool, which normally would work. But see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the 3 parts of the outfit. Oh, I've got one on top of the other one. I've done this video a couple of times. Let me delete that. Okay, so that's how she's supposed to look when I start. All right, the way this girl does her images, I love this girl. Y'all know I do something with her almost every time I do a video. But if you look at her character, the white is, the character is transparent on the outside, but on the inside, she does shadows for you. She goes ahead and colors in the shadows. Well, the problem with those shadows in the fill bucket is that, let me make sure I'm on the right. I need to go to the top layer. Is that when you use the fill tool, it only fills a single color. So it does not fill, I just tapped on, okay, yeah. See how it would fill that shirt? And I would have to tap, tap, tap until I got all the little gray areas filled in. And that's just painful. And see how it leaves the little, anyway, so the fill tool really isn't the best option for doing what I wanted to accomplish. So let me delete that because that's distracting. That's why I decided to use it as a masking tool as opposed to a fill tool. All right. What I do is I select the girl, make a copy of her, and take that copy into crop. And I'm just going to break it into pieces so that I have the individual parts. All I wanted to do was do her outfit. So I just close in on each part of it and do a save and continue. I love ZoomNotes. Just so cool. You know, he thinks of everything. Save and continue. And then do the bottom and do done. And so now I've got all these little pieces that are ready sort of to use. But the problem with them, I need to get rid of the parts that I don't need. So I'll take that. I'm selected the top little girl with the heart and take that into transparency now to get rid of the parts that I don't need. And I'm going to use the paintbrush because I would have the same problem with the fill. If I do this, see how it doesn't get all of it. And if I raise the tolerance level, it starts to get the outline. Now this isn't working too bad, but see, I accidentally hit the line here. But this is why I don't use her characters. I don't try to get just the outline. Normally that's what I would do. If it was just outline without all this shadowing business, I would just take out all the white and leave the lines and use the existing lines. But because of how she creates her stuff, let me go back to paint and erase out the parts that I don't need. And I've got it way too big for this, but yeah, you're getting my point. All right, so now I'm done with that, so I do save. So now I have just the little shirt. See, there it is over on the left. But I did a better copy of it over here on the right, so I'll just use that. See, these are the ones I've done already. If you look, I've done this several times. It really is a cool. See, I've got a lot of stuff going over here on the right. All right, so I pull in. One of my symbols is I save all of her papers and such that I've purchased. The little room that she's standing in is one of Debbie's papers. She does rooms, frames. God, I just love her stuff. Okay, because I haven't said that enough already. So I've selected one of the little flower outfits or the little flower backgrounds and tap to put it over on the page. Put that on top of the top shirt, then go to, it is selected, so then I go to my selection menu, go to the bottom, and click on Mask Image, and that creates the little top. See that? I put that in place, and we have a paper doll. And what I'll do now that it is selected, I'll go ahead and take the opacity of it down so that I can see the lines underneath it. See, it is the top layer here. And I can see just barely, I can see the existing lines. Now I could leave it there, or what I chose to do was go ahead and trace the lines that are underneath it. See, I've got this layer top outline. If you look at it, you can see if I hide everything else, hide all, and then just show that top outline visible, then you can see that I added these hand-drawn lines on top of it, and because of her style, you don't have to be steady hand to do it. Now I'm going to show all again. Okay, and again, well, let's see, this one's probably locked. My background. You know, you have to pay attention what layers are, and okay, so it's unlocked, so I can select that background. And of course it was normally square, it wouldn't be this squashed up, but I had to make it, see, I had a different background before, and I decided to put her on inside a room. So there she is, inside that room. All right, now, let me just show you some of the other days that I did. It became as much fun to figure out what I wanted to put around the girl as actually coloring the girl. See, this is another one of her rooms. Now, I showed you in a different video how to make a light, so look for that. Let's see. Okay, now see this frame. Isn't that cool? Now I've done another video on this as well. What that actually is, that black and white frame, is actually a round table that is alternating columns, black and white. And I showed you how to do that, but basically what I did was I created it first, and then I had to copy it and save it as or paste it as an image, because you can't elongate, you can't stretch a table, but you can a picture. So after I made a picture of, or save as image, the table, then I was able to stretch it to make it an oval. And then if you look around the outside edge, it looks to be, appears as though I added a shadow, but that's not really what I did. That is an oval line. But look at the difference without the outside of the table. See how it looks flat? But the second I put that shadow on top of it, it gives the appearance of being kind of rounded. I love that look. And the way I did that, the way I created it, was I took a polygon like this, stretched it out, and then I exploded it. Let me select it first. Then I go to my selection menu, go to the bottom, go to explode. It's not really at the bottom, but it's towards the bottom. Explode. Okay, and what happens there when I select it again? No, that's the little girl. All right. If I look at the selection menu again, it's now handwriting properties. So it's changed from a polygon to ink or a pencil, whatever. So I go to the properties and I change it to the second pencil. That's the pencil that I use to create the glow and the light. It does that fuzzy thing. So all I have to do now, if it were black, let me do black so that you can see that's what I created before. I don't really have a black on this palette. Or, well, I'll just do that one. Whatever. Okay, and do apply. See how that creates that fuzzy line? Now I can take that and expand it out a little bit, and that diffuses it a little bit more. I'm just moving the slider, the preview, over on the left side to change the size of it. See, and then take that over and drop it on top, and that's what gives you that rounded look. Very cool. We like that look. All right, now let me go to the next page. Come on. Okay, now the white around the character. Let me show you. I did that on 2 of them. Let me go to the next one. So slow. All right. See, once I put that black and white, again, table with alternating black and white rows and columns, gave me that black and white background. So then it was so busy that if I didn't have the white around her, you kind of lost her. So what I did was take the pen. I usually use the first pen. See the first one on the list, and I'm going to change the color just so we can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to turn on smoothing. If I go up to the top where the ruler is and click on that far right thing that looks like a loop-de-loop and do smoothing, that makes going around this edge a whole lot easier. Ed has been trying to sell me on this particular tool, and I never have gotten the hang of it, but I'm getting better at it now. If I see it's skipping, I don't know what's up with that. Okay, then slowly go around the character. Now you could make it thinner, whatever is easier for you to control. I don't want to go around this whole character. special? Okay. And see, if I put that to the back, I don't even know what layer I'm on. Select it and move to back. Then that'll put that behind her. Maybe it depends on, well, I'm on the color. Let me see. That's not true. I need to move it to the, well, let me move it to the background layer. That way I know that it'll be underneath. So I've got it selected, and I make the background the current layer. Then I go up to the 3 lines at the top and put selected to current. That will put that line behind her. See? Now I can go to the left, the preview of the line, and just make it larger. And that will make it, see how it goes around her now? So that's what I did to make that white line go around her. And then it still wasn't enough, so I put the black edge around it. Just doubled it, duplicated it and made it black. All right, so that's how I did that. If I go to the previous one, I just clicked on previous, go. Nothing special here. She just has a drop shadow behind her. This one's got a marble. It's hard to see because the marble is stretched out too much for it. It just looks tan there. This one, isn't she cute? I think that's so cute. I don't know if you've noticed, but a couple of them have that diagonal running across behind them. And that's because the girl that created the actual binder, the little book, wanted it to look like there was like a shine to the page. And by doing that, she put a shadow in places. Let me show you. If I take the fill tool and I tap on that gray, it's a light gray. You almost don't know it's there until you try to use it. See, the fill will not go the full length of the page. It only does where that gray is. Again, with the, the colors controlling the, anyway, so that's how I was able to do the different patterns behind her, the checkerboard and the polka dot. Now the checkerboard I created with tables. See? Again, I have another video on that. And thankfully I already had that. I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. Now these ones I've already shown y'all. All I did different was add the background to them because I like the backgrounds. And that's it. That's all. So anyway, I hope you learned something. I know it's not practical. Not too many people are going to be doing paper dolls like I do them. But at least you get to see some of the tips and tricks. All right. Y'all have a great day. Bye.